The show, TV's only source for all stuff you care about. Kevin Pereira, good to see you.
Yes. And I'm Candace Bailey. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
On the old program today, Breckin Meyer joins us in studio to talk about his new series, Franklin and Bash, and shotgunning beers on the set.
Woo!
And they say TV is an education.
We should do that one day.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
Then we'll get our hands on the Samsung Galaxy Tab. It's the thinnest, lightest Android tab on the market. And you'll find out how it rates in Gadget.
Plus, we'll present a special, never-before-seen encore performance by the Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
And Jessica Tolman continues her industrial espionage mission at Microsoft. She'll get a first look at the future of Connect, including a way to surf the galaxies with your body. That does not involve hallucinogens.
Oh, well, what's the fun? But first, let's watch a banana murder some people.
It's time for Around the Net. Pink.
I know you love the pink, but I'm telling you, stevia.
Obviously, I have the pink.
Stevia is much healthier.
No,
it's
well,
a much.
it
I don't
probably
want to turn the show into The View. I'm just saying,
probably is much
stevia.
healthier.
Stevia
However-
is very healthy for you.
Okay,
It's
but it doesn't
natural.
taste as good, and I don't like it as much. Our number 5 video today is a clever bit of comedy by a team of filmmakers from Portugal. Now, the video is in Portuguese,
Yeah.
but the title roughly translates as banana jerk.
No, I'm barely Portuguese, but even I know that the translation is pretty simple. It's actually called banana.
Okay, let's watch.
Desculpe, tem horas? São duas.
I've been saying it for years. That's just yet another reminder that eating fruits and vegetables can be deadly. So stop doing it, you hippies. It's not helping.
No, not all fruits and vegetables.
Yes, Candace, all of them.
Apples?
Yeah. The Viet Cong would actually hide grenades inside of apples. So just as deadly as any other fruit and or vegetable.
You fought in Vietnam?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Old enough.
In at number 3, an experimental music video from the Netherlands for the song Met Romana on a Scooter.
Now, you might be wondering, hey, is this song just about two people sitting on a scooter?
And the answer is yes. Yes, it is.
Als ik Romana weer hoor zingen, sta ik lekker mee te swingen. Kijk maar eens aan mij, ik heb mijn eigen move. Ja, voor dat leuke talentje ben ik echt het juiste ventje. Oh Romana, wat sta jij maar op de proef? Toeter, 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 toeter. Met Romana op de scooter. Eien, 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 eien. Wil een stukje met haar rijden. Ukke, 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 ukke. Dat zou me wel niet lukken. Maar dan geef ik van die wacht op haar. Want eens dan krijg je het voor elkaar.
Hooray! I always wondered what it would look like if Britney and K-Fed had stayed together. Funny. One more kid and half a bottle of Oxy, and that would have been Britney Spears. You know what I mean? She was well on her way.
In at number 2, a musical message from Metallica performed by British comedian Bill Bailey.
Oh, we all love Bill Bailey, right? Yeah, exactly. You might think that the band's iconic hit Enter Sandman rocked before, but wait until you see it now. I love that video, and he is, as you said, incredibly talented.
Yeah.
However, I can do that, and not only can I do that.
So sure.
Hold on. Not only can I do that, I can do it without bicycle horns.
Okay, no one wants to know how you do that, Kevin.
No, but the key is the clench. Just hold on. Hold on. It's gonna warm
Kevin.
up. What? You don't want to? All
That's gross. In at number 1 today, a video for dog lovers by the Comedy Wizards at the UCB Midnight Show.
And when she says dog lovers, she really means like dog lovers.
Yeah.
At Hermer's Dog French Kissing School, your dog will walk in a mutt and walk out a man. What makes me an expert? I've kissed men of all ages. Now I can give your dog my years of expertise. I've talked to the police and they say it's cool. So enroll your dog in Hermer's School of French Kissing for Dogs. And then get in there. Come here.
That was great. That last part reminded me of our chemistry test.
Would you like to explain, Kevin?
No, I
what you're
wouldn't.
saying?
No,
No.
that's
I would really appreciate it if you would go further.
I would like it to remain unsaid. But I would admit, I wouldn't kiss a dog.
Interesting.
I will do a lot for the show, but I wouldn't kiss a dog.
Of course not. You have no idea where their mouth has been.
No, I know
Gross.
exactly where it's been. It's been all over its genitals and the area between its genitals and the tail, and probably the toilet and the dead squirrel, a cat's litter box, maybe my genitals. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely been in a lot of places, so I'm not gonna kiss it. That's all I'm saying. Still ahead, we'll get our fingerprints all over the new Samsung Galaxy Tab in Gadget. It's got dual cameras, 16 gigs of storage, and it's only $500.
500, that's right. Plus the score rates Rainbow and Hope for the Shotgun and he knows his name.
I'm gonna watch the rest of the show.
So maybe you're in the market for a new tablet PC and hate Apple for some reason.
All right, Gadget Prawn to the rescue.
Just when you thought you were out of the tablet craze, Samsung pulls you back in with the Galaxy Tab 10.1. Powered by Android 3.1, it's the thinnest and lightest large-screen tablet available, so you'll have no trouble browsing flash sites and downloading apps for hours at a time. You'll also get front and rear-facing cameras, 16 gigs of storage, and a 10.1-inch screen, all starting at $500. Oh, it's so thin!
Right?
Look how thin that is.
Not bad, right?
It is just as thin as the iPad 2, making it the thinnest Android tablet out there.
Yeah, it's actually also lighter than the iPad 2 as well,
It is.
even with the larger screen. So kudos on that front. No expandable memory, which is kind of a bummer, but you don't get that on the iPad, so I guess I can't complain about it too much. No HDMI output unless you buy a dongle for $40. And I don't like saying dongle, let alone paying $40 for one.
I like you saying dongle.
That sounds like something you got at like a bachelorette party or something.
I think
like
we should
that.
make you say dongle every day.
I
on
don't
this
think we
show.
should. I really don't.
All right, it's got the same version of Android that all the other Android tablets have. So are there any surprises here?
No, not at all, which is actually kind of good in this case. The screen feels a tad more responsive than most of the other tablets we reviewed. Of course, that's with the exception of the iPad. And I just don't get... Google can solve anything, it seems, yet they can't seem to figure out the screen lag. Like, you notice that as you swipe, there's that, I don't know, 30 millisecond delay, which is enough to drive a nerd like me crazy. I know it sounds very jaded to whine about it, but somewhere
if there is better out there. Then.
Yeah, somewhere in the 10,000 lines of code, someone misplaced a decimal point, and it's causing this slight lag, and I wish they would fix it because it does feel snappier on iDevices as opposed to Android devices. Now, with that said, there aren't any new Samsung widgets included, but you can still customize it like any other Android device, so it's perfectly fine.
Now, is it as fast as the iPad 2 when running apps or going online?
Now, that's a key question there, Miss Bailey. The answer?
I know.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
It's just as fast as any other tablet, whether it's Android or iPad. Here we are launching Angry Birds, which is the saddest benchmark ever, but it's totally true. I mean, it's what
Angry
people are going to do.
Birds.
It's what they care about. So there you go. It loads just about as fast. Same with the browser, which is perhaps the most important thing here. The nice thing about Honeycomb tablets is that they're consistent across the board. So you know they're always going to keep up with the iPad 2, no matter what the hardware is. If it's running Honeycomb, it's going to be comparable.
Okay, now are the front and back cameras as good as we hope?
I don't know. How much hope did you have? Like on a scale of...
I got a lot of hope.
Okay, scale back your hope, and then yes, it'll be right where you want it.
Well, how good?
About that good. There's the thing. The camera on the back, it's only 3 megapixels. The flash evenly exposes, which is nice, and it'll record
They look
HD video.
nice.
So yeah, they're not terrible. They're just not amazing.
shoes.
The picture quality is pretty okay. Yeah, when you're when you're creeping up on dudes on the sidewalk or at work. The front camera is 2 megapixels. That looks okay if you're shooting a bizarro Shakespearean react. I don't know what that is. But they're serviceable. You can video chat with it. They'll be fine.
Okay, that looks fine. Now it's $500 for the 16 gig
Yeah.
version or $600 for the 32 gig, which is the same as the iPad 2. What's the verdict?
I hate to say it.
What?
It's a 5 out of 5.
Yes! These
just doing it.
happen so rarely.
Do your 5 out of 5 dance. Give them a little taste. That's the 5 out of 5 dance. That's why we don't give many objects 5s out of 5s anymore. This thing is just, you can really stop
He
the
taught
dance
me
now.
the dance.
It's just,
He said if something is 5 out of 5, you have to do this dance, and he taught it to me. So, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry
Great
to all of you.
teacher.
It's just as easy and fast as any other Android tablets we've reviewed. The design is really what makes the Tab 10.1 stand out. It's only $500, 5 out of 5. Love it. There you go.
All right, that's it for today's Gadget Pod. But if you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us at gadgetpod@g4tv.com.
Okay.
Still ahead, an arcade classic gets a makeover, and you'll meet alien zombie Megadeth in an indie game.
And later, Breckenmeyer from TNT's Franklin and Bash will join us to talk about weed and beer.
Yeah!
I know nothing about those subjects.
Nothing.
Did you say a classic arcade smash is getting a reboot?
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Good. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
If I wasn't killing at least 1 or 2 homeless people a weekend, the city would be a lot worse place. Sorry, I don't really kill. That's gonna air for sure.
You like to fight zombies, right?
Yeah.
You like to fight aliens?
Yeah.
Well, how about fighting some alien zombies?
It's time for indie games! Now that summer is here, it's time to reacquaint yourself with a little friend called video games. And to help you out, we're getting the lowdown on these latest downloads. First up, take a blast to the past with the revamped arcader Galaga Legions DX. In this twin-stick shooter, you must destroy swarms of Galagas attempting to invade Earth. But unlike its old-school brother, this game requires a bit of strategy. In DX, each wave has a time limit, forcing you to defeat the aliens as fast as possible. Luckily, you have an edge. Take out the squad leader and you will wipe out the entire wave. Flight lines will also show you where your enemies will appear, and if you get cornered, time slows down to allow you to escape. The quicker you destroy the legions, the more time is added to your final round, where your points are doubled and you are given additional firepower against an endless wave. With its beautiful graphics and slick gameplay, Galaga Legions DX is a must-have for any old-school arcader. So pick it up on Xbox Live for $10. But if you prefer to get up close and personal with your ETs, then you'll want to fire up Alien Zombie Megadeth. In this futuristic shooter, the premise is simple. Stop the hordes of alien zombies from killing you. Navigate up and down the platforms of your ship to grab lasers, missiles, and tri-beam power-ups, so you can make short work of the alien intruders. And as you pick up the crystals dropped by your dead foes, you will collect score multipliers which earn you achievements and unlock new levels. With 70 stages ranging from wiping out alien zombies to saving space babies, this game will satisfy your space adventure fix. So take down the extraterrestrial undead with Alien Zombie Megadeth on the PlayStation Network for $8. Finally, do you love RPGs but don't have time to grind? Then check out the role-playing parody half-minute hero Super Mega Neo Climax. Like most RPGs, you're a young adventurer who must stop an ancient evil from destroying the world. The catch? You only have 30 seconds to do it. As the clock counts down, you must haul ass to level up, collect items, and defeat the main boss. Luckily, battles only last a few seconds, and after a few fights, you'll be ready to take on the big baddie. But if you find yourself running out of time, you can always head back to town and pay to rewind the clock. Ultimately, you will face off against the final boss after 30 quests, which will unlock new modes and adventures, providing hours of 30-second fun. Need an RPG with an ADD twist? Then snag half-minute hero Super Mega Neo Climax on Xbox Live for 10 bones. So if the sun is beating you down, crank that AC and plant your butt in front of the tube with these latest indie games. When new DVDs hit store shelves, Chris Gore is there to judge.
He's like the silver-haired Simon Cowell of DVD Doomsday.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. Baby DVDs, it does get better. It does get better.
All right, what's up first?
First, we have Rango.
Now, Gore Verbinski is known for the Pirates of the Caribbean films. Does he have what it takes to make a good animated movie?
Absolutely. In fact, the one thing that's fun about watching this, would this be a good movie if it wasn't animated, if it was just a film that was live action? And it is.
It would?
It's
Okay.
like a fun Western. Your typical story of a lone lizard who falls off a car, pretends to be a gunslinger, and then becomes the sheriff of a small town.
Aww.
With pantsless animals. Why?
Just tops on?
Here's what I want to know. How can some animals get away with a vest and no pants, and other animals have pants? How do they distinguish what animals get to wear the pants?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's like being in West Hollywood on certain nights of the week.
It is exactly like that.
Or Jumbo's Clown Room. Some of the girls who work there, vests, no pants. It
It's
works.
a fun place.
It's a look. It's a look, and for animals, it works.
No, what extras did you like?
There's actually a commentary track, which is awesome. A lot of behind the scenes. And one thing that was really cool about this, typical of these, animated animal movies where they have celebrities do the voices. They just stand in front of a microphone and a lectern and say the lines. In this, they actually acted the scenes out with sort of
I love
cheap
that.
sets. And
That's
they had
so cool.
Johnny Depp even had like a cowboy hat on. They had a little bar set up. So they actually did like a little cheap version of a play, and it definitely shows in the acting, and you get to see a lot of how, like we're seeing these scenes right now. This is kind of how they recorded the audio.
I love that they do that.
It made it so much better. So yeah, a lot of fun.
All right, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is, this is a Rent. I know, sounds. I love the film.
Rent is good.
It's also sort of a little gateway drug for Westerns, because it's a really good Western.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. What's our next DVD?
Next DVD is Hobo with a Shotgun.
Now, this is more a grindhouse film than a cheesy comedy, right?
No, it's absolutely grindhouse and kind of exploitation film from the 80s. But what's funny about this film won a trailer contest. They actually made a fake trailer. The director made a fake trailer for Hobo with a Shotgun, which won South by Southwest. Then he actually decided, I'm going to make a whole feature film of this. And he got Rutger Hauer to be in the movie by talking to him on Skype. Rutger Hauer was doing something in Africa, talked him over Skype and convinced him to be in this just over-the-top exploitation movie that has this robot gang called The Plague that comes in at the end that's incredible. I mean, it's over-the-top blood and guts, violence, nudity. It's amazing. It's everything I like in a film.
Now, did they explain why this film was made in the extras?
Yes, they explain exactly why it's made, because we need to have Rutger Hauer killing folks that deserve it. Yeah! That's why you need this. And yeah, the extras are incredible too, because there's two commentary tracks, one with Rutger Hauer, who's just this regular dude. He's like, I just never wanted to be a star. I just wanted to act a lot in movies. So it's just interesting to hear his take on all this. He takes his role very seriously.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So what's the bottom line? I think I know this.
Yes. Buy Hobo with a Shotgun. Buy it, folks.
All right, what else do we have to check out, Chris?
We also have Electra Lux.
This may be the first coming-of-age comedy about a porn star we've seen on DVD Tuesday.
You said
right?
Coming-of-age comedy?
Isn't this coming of age?
So you make it so easy for me, Candace. I'm not gonna bite on that one, but this is but it's this sort of
Between you and Kevin, I just don't, Sarah. Please save me.
I know. We make it difficult for you. But this film kind of feels like it's a movie that they were in the middle of shooting and then they stopped and they had to make a movie from the footage that they had. It's sort of it's just. I really wanted to like it. Here it is, something about the adult film industry. You'd think I'd be all over it.
Yeah, you would think.
And it just left me wanting to actually see the real thing, frankly.
Okay, so bottom line?
Bottom line is pass on Electrolux. I'm sorry.
I'm so shocked that you said pass on that.
Yeah, you don't need to see it. Rango.
Rango, I'll watch Rango. Thank you, Chris.
Great, thank you.
Jessica Chobot went up to Redmond recently to see what the guys at Microsoft were working on.
She came back with fantastic tales of remote-controlled telescopes and a mysterious game called Pong.
I'm still waiting for Microsoft to open so I can get my exclusive Microsoft campus tour. Waiting for somebody to show up. Open, open, open.
We just launched the Connect to Windows SDK beta this morning, and we found a whole bunch of really creative, super interesting developers, and we gave them this thing yesterday and said, hey, you got 24 hours. We'd love to see what you can build in 24 hours.
Well, we created a Pong app. We kind of figured that Pong was the first video game, and we figured why not try it out with the newest, best technology. Well, instead of controlling it, with the knob like you might have when it first came out, or a keyboard or a mouse, you control with your hand on the Kinect, and it gives it a little more of a real feel because you're actually controlling the paddle with yourself as opposed to a cursor or a keyboard.
Oh, didn't think I was gonna get it. Dude, that was cheating. All right, so death match. This is it. Even though you cheated. Oh, well, look at that. I won. Death match over. Hey guys, check it out. Party favors. Yeah, cute little dingle boppers. I don't care. I'm interested in Space Blanket. It's a blanket for space. All right, I'll go put it back. One of the coolest things I've seen developed with the SDK is this quadcopter here. Dude, I want to see this thing take off. Yeah, that looks awesome.
We think that the Kinect is a great way to use your body to do controlling physical things. So that's what I think was really interesting about it.
So I've noticed he's using his arms and everything to steer it.
Yes.
So what are some of the different hand signals he's giving?
Exactly. So we have a couple things. One is controlling the elevation.
And how do you do that?
So basically you just lift your hand or lower your hand.
Okay.
And then we want to give the feeling that you are actually flying.
Okay.
So think of it as raising your arms and then you fly. So you're controlling pitch and roll and yaw. So think of it like you are the drone, and then you're just controlling it like you are a joystick.
I didn't even do anything yet. Oh, come back, come back, come back, come back to me. Come back to me. We're gonna spin. Up, get up. No, get up. Damn it. I'm not a Jedi. Do you ever just lay out at night staring up at the stars and wonder if there's somebody out there that's staring at the same star that you are?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Fine.
So this is the Worldwide Telescope. So you're looking at an image of the night sky. That's the largest digital image of the night sky ever sent in. It's a trillion pixel image. And then when you have a trillion pixel image, you can sort of look at this. There's a fuzzy spot here. We can zoom right into it and go into the center of the galaxy.
So where do the images come from?
There's telescopes all over the planet, and they all provide images and data that we end up rendering here in Worldwide Telescope. You've seen this constellation before. It's called Orion. And notice when we pull away from Orion, the stars are distorting. The reason they're distorting is because each of those stars in Orion is at a different distance. So when we pull away, you can see how that shape changes. And if we exit the Milky Way, so the Milky Way is about 100,000 light years. This is a new image from the Spitzer that shows what we think the galaxy looks like. But if we continue to pull away from there, we end up seeing the large-scale structure of the universe. Each one of these dots here is a galaxy with 300 billion stars. Let's try and drive this with a Kinect. What do you think?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. So we hooked up Worldwide Telescope to the Kinect. where you can drive through the universe with your fingertips.
Okay.
So how'd you like to take the helm?
I would love to, Captain.
Take us out.
Oh, okay. That concludes my private tour of Microsoft's campus. Sex bots, genetic enhancements, the fountain of youth, not here. However, I highly suspect that there's a Yeti in Building D.
You guys, Comic-Con is almost here. We'll have 3 days of consecutive coverage starting July 21st. And X-Play broadcasting live from the convention floor.
Right, you are. So if you're going to be there, come by the G4 booth, get some exclusive Comic-Con merch. And if you're stuck at home, I'm sorry, but watch.
Stay tuned for Breckenmeyer coming up right after this.
I will.
Oh, you should. If we ever get TV soon, we're gonna hire Breckenmeyer as our TV lawyer.
Hopefully he'll refrain from shotgunning beer until after our court case.
You know way more than I do with that.
So we weren't chatting during the clip. No, we were watching intently. Ladies and gentlemen, Breckenmeyer is here. No, it's you. You're right here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to watch your own clip. You were there.
I was there.
You were in the damn scene.
I think I was pretty drunk, but I remember some of it. Yeah.
Do you? That's you don't drink, right? You're
I don't. Not presently.
No, but you had to actually be told how to shotgun a beer. Is that true?
I did. We did a scene where, we did a. Shut up.
A bunch of alcoholics in the crowd.
But you guys are like, you don't know how to drink.
Don't even know how to handle a beer. Hold on.
It's crazy.
Let me get my hat straws in my mouth hole.
My ex-wife thinks that's hysterical. Anyway,
stop crying, kids.
For the show, I had to shotgun a beer in court to prove a point, like lawyers do.
It happens.
And it happens all the time. And I had to ask Mark Paul, who was on Saved by the Bell, how to shotgun a beer. And the Saved by the Bell had nothing to do with it. I just wanted you guys to have a point of reference.
By the way, Mr. Belly was a raging alcoholic. Everybody knows that.
He was a raging alcoholic. But so he had to show me how to shotgun a beer. And at first we did non-alcoholic beer, and I was like, this kind of hurts my tummy. So then, no, I'm manly, America. And then we did seltzer water, which also hurt my tummy. And,
did you use real beer at any point?
No.
No?
No, we really did. I mean, yeah, we did.
Of course we did.
Sure we did. Are you kidding?
We were driving 4x4s through the set.
I got in my pickup truck and hit a deer on the way home. It was awesome. And then ate it. I didn't care.
Yeah. That's the American way.
That's what you do.
At Franklin and Bash, which I thought it was a show, like a docudrama about the trannies that are actually on the corner of Franklin and Bash.
Originally, it was. Originally, it was. But that's where I grew up.
Then you guys went the courtroom drama route, which for TNT, that's pretty risky.
Yeah, no, they're not used to it. Yeah, and we have an ampersand, which they're not used to having, and so it's cutting edge.
A show you need to hold the shift key to type.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No. You don't want to mess around with Franklin and Bash, or Frank and Beans, as I like to call them.
Whoa.
But,
colloquially, it's Frank and Beans.
Yeah, it's Frank and
What
Beans.
sort of cases do you take at the Frank and Beans?
These are kind of they're ambulance chasers. They probably wouldn't like that, but they're not real, so I can say that. They jump up a level now. They're doing murder cases. They're doing Bernie Madoff type guys who are, for Ponzi schemes and whatnot. So it's the struggle for them is how do they balance staying true to who they are and their ambulance chasing ways, and still fighting the good fight for the underdog, but being at this white shoe law firm.
Now, I imagine that when you play a lawyer on TV, you don't actually get calls from friends seeking legal advice. They don't think that you...
Smart friends.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
But now...
I know you were in Clueless, but now I have a legal question.
And that's what...
a terrible idea.
And that's what I want to get at, because, playing a lawyer on TV, you're not going to get legal questions, but you play a stoner in a movie,
you get
and
weed.
Apparently you get a lot of weed. Is that...
You do. You don't not get weed. Yeah, you definitely... There are a lot of times... I've had both things, which are people come up, and they're like, bro, you were in Clueless. That's awesome, man. You got any weed? And I'm like, no, I actually don't. Like, come on, man, don't be a jerk. And I'm like, I'm actually trying to help you. I'm not being a jerk at all. But and then recently I went to a thing and went to a charity event, for the kids.
Right.
And I'm not kidding, within 20 minutes, I had a bag of weed thrust in my hand. And he was really proud
From one
of
of
it.
the kids, or?
No, that'd be a cool kid. No, it was from one of the grown-ups. But he held it sacred like a farmer with his crop. Like he was like, this is a honey-tipped sweet joint I got. And it was in a glass tube. It was really nice. So my friends are very happy
So he presented it like a curated museum item to you.
It was like Indy with the Idol. You know what I mean? Like he was weighing it and handed it over.
The Lion King music kicked in as he knelt to one knee
and
held up the bag of weed.
It was awesome.
So did he just think
did
he literally just think you would just take a handful of weed and
No,
throw it
he
in?
gave me the bag. It looks like it was a fancy bag. It wasn't like a Ziploc. It wasn't like a Ziploc bag. It was
that's what the street kids are calling it.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you got them
like
zippies?
No, it was like a fancy Potter-esque, like velvet bejeweled bag. Like it was fancy. Like he had made it in his home when he's not doing things. You know? Yeah, and handed me. I don't have it anymore because I gave it away to a friend who really likes me now.
You must have the happiest and highest entourage in the world. Then
I don't have an entourage. I have some friends and they're really high now. So.
I love it.
But I'm not.
We got caught chatting a little bit after the clip ran because.
Look at how I'm sitting.
What? Yeah. Is that improper? Mix it up.
Wait, Candace is sitting the same way I am.
Yeah, she is. You're showing more vagina though, Brecken, than Candace is right now. Mix it up. Show me the.
Twinsies! Oh wait, I can do that
Show me the arrangement of.
I gotta sit a manlier way.
Yeah, show me shotgun a beer, Brecken. Show me how he would be.
This guy. There you go. I do things with a drill.
You manned it up.
Yeah. There you go.
You don't have to compensate at all with your posture because you, sir, are an accomplished drummer, and that gets you into the Hall of Cool immediately.
I'm not accomplished. Oh,
you're very.
I'm not accomplished, but I am a drummer.
Because you've backed up some serious names. Like I will go to a lockout room with some guys who probably give you weed at a charity event, and we'll pretend we're musicians. You've played some serious gigs.
I've been fortunate enough to play with some cool rock stars. Yeah.
Drop some names. Fill this stage with some names.
I'll fill this stage with names. I'm gonna take this one to Tom Morello. Boom. Boom. Rage Against the Machine. Heard of it? Loved it? Yeah. So Tom Morello, Slash. There's a guy named Slash. Wears a hat. Kicked off
that guy with a hat.
You heard of him? Yeah. Perry Farrell. So I've been playing with some rock stars, all thanks to Morello's connections.
Well,
really.
but do you do original stuff? Do you have your own band? Do
No,
you release some tracks?
we do covers. I've played Mountain Song with Perry Farrell, which is what you're supposed to do when you're with Perry Farrell.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
incredible,
gotta do that.
incredible.
Yeah, so that's like fantasy camp for me.
So do you get a call and then you go into a phone booth and change into a drummer
Basically,
and then show up on stage somewhere?
Yeah, Morello is like the commissioner and I'm Adam West, and the red phone rings and I pick it up and he goes, "We need you now," and then I grab my sticks
and then you're there.
I go. I'm more like Burt Ward, really.
But it's still viable. It's still viable. You make noise. You hit things with sticks. And
I hit things with sticks. I'm like Animal, but not as good.
We're out of time, but I know you want to talk about the Star Wars Robot Chicken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just found out our DVD for our Robot Chicken Star Wars 3 comes out today. Where I'm Boba Fett and Akbar and some others, and I wrote some of the stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that drops today. It's like my album.
Oh yeah, it's the fire. Yeah. Which Star Wars character do you think would be an approach with the most weed on Tatooine? Would it be
Jabba or Bib Fortuna, the guy who's Jabba's guy? He's probably the guy who's like, Jabba needs some weed now. That's probably him.
Good, Brecken, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you, man. I'd love to see you play someday.
Oh yeah, thank you, man.
Guys, Brecken Meyer, everybody.
Thank you.
You can catch the old Frank and Beans or Franklin and Bash on TNT every Wednesday night. Coming up, a special all-new encore performance by the Deer Hunter.
Things get musical after the break.
They make songs and sing words. Song words. Yeah.
I recently discovered that I'm bisexual.
If you want to experiment right now, I will tuck my penis into a fruit basket and we could play lady.
Coming up Monday on an all-new Attack of the Show. We rate a sleek new Samsung laptop that's only 1.5 inches thick and rips through games and media. Find out if it's worth your $900 in Gadget Prawn. Then inanimate objects get murdered when we check out the Slingshot channel in Who's Who on YouTube. And just in time for Comic-Con, Grace Helbig heads to Hasbro headquarters to check out their San Diego exclusives. See it Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest rock band in the history of the genre. Here's the Deer Hunter performing He Said He Had a Story.
a silver circle sign, and she was standing at the door. We pressed our way right through the crowd. Our pace was quickened to her floor. There was a single fading light, and there was silk on the wall. She had a lot of love to give. I was prepared to take it all. She had disrobed and she was waiting on the floor. She asked me what it was I want. I thought that I wanted it all. I said, stand up and move your body to the bed. She quickly stood and slowly turned, and here's exactly what she said. Please be soft and sweet to me. This life has not been good, you see. It's hard with such a history buried in misery. I broke a smile, reminding that I paid her well. Her lips returned, and then I felt her hands unbuckling my belt. It felt like heaven, but I'm sure she was in hell. I made it clear I'd get my money's worth out of the goods she sells. Break and bind yourself to me. Deliver what you sold. You see that I will only take from you and use it up. I'll use you up. What was your name? Break and bind yourself to me. Deliver what you sold. You see that I will only take from you and use it up. I'll use you up. What was your
In today's Rides, Whips, and Hoons, there's a car that flies.
Flying cars, flying cars, flying cars!
I think Candace is excited.
Just when you thought summer couldn't get any hotter, here comes a new batch of rides to burn up the streets. Summer's the perfect time to put that top down, and Audi AG is doing just that with the R8 GT Spider. Following the success of their hardtop GT Coupe, the German automaker just unveiled the long-awaited convertible edition at June's Le Mans 24-hour race. With a limited edition run of only 333 cars, each Spider will include a customized gear shift that bears the number of that particular vehicle. Under the hood, this soft-top beauty boasts a 5.2-liter V10 engine that will get you from 0 to 60 in a slim 3.8 seconds. But those aren't the only numbers worth noting. The new Spider comes with a hefty price tag of $301,000, making it Audi's most expensive production car to date. But don't worry, you still have a few more months to save up those pennies. The R8 GT Spider officially hits the road in December. roads? Where we're going next, we don't need roads. That's because earlier this month, the U.S. Department of Transportation approved the design of a bona fide flying car. Known as the Terrafugia Transition, this high-flying vehicle is fueled by regular, unleaded gas and can transform from car to plane in 30 seconds. On land, this street-legal two-seater rides the highway at around 65 miles per hour. Once airborne, though, the Transition soars up to 115 miles per hour with a range of 450 miles. The future may be now, but the future ain't cheap. Besides the cost of getting your pilot's license, the Transition will set you back a sky-high $250,000. So maybe don't turn that driveway into a runway just yet. Back on solid ground, this summer's hottest tune comes from, of all places, the frozen roads of Sweden. The Koenigsegg Agera R made a splash at last weekend's Goodwood Festival of Speed in England, and it's easy to see why. Unlike its acclaimed predecessor, the standard Agera, the R model is a flex fuel car that can run on both E85 and E100 biofuel. But what really sets this car apart, aside from the optional rooftop ski box, is how insanely fast it is. Its V8 twin-turbo engine churns out an aggressive 1150 horsepower that propels it from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, with a top speed that exceeds 260 miles per hour. But if you're hoping to get your mitts on this Scandinavian supercar, you may want to find a second summer job. This baby will set you back, about $2 million. Whether they're scorching the pavement or soaring through the skies, daydreaming about these high-end rides is a cool way to beat the summer heat.
Thank you to the Deer Hunter for rocking this set. Also, thank you to Brecken Meyer, Chris Gore, Jessica Chobot.
Thank you.
Okay, thank me. Yeah.
You'll never thank me back. You're so mean. Pop star